Have you ever wondered what America looked like before modern cities, highways, and skyscrapers? Long before the bright lights of Las Vegas or the towering skyline of Dallas, the American West was a vast and untamed land filled with endless prairies, towering mountains, scorching deserts, and dangerous frontiers. During the early 1800s, this region became known as the Wild West, a place where survival depended on courage, determination, and hard work. Native American tribes had lived across these lands for thousands of years, building rich cultures and deep connections with nature long before European settlers arrived. As more pioneers began traveling west in search of land, gold, and new opportunities, the frontier changed forever. Families crossed thousands of miles in covered wagons, facing harsh weather, dangerous rivers, disease, and food shortages. Every mile of the journey brought new hope, but also incredible risk. The story of the Wild West is not just about cowboys and outlaws. It is the story of how a rugged frontier slowly transformed into the modern American West we know today. In this documentary, we'll travel through more than 200 years of history to discover how America changed forever. As thousands of settlers moved west, small frontier camps quickly grew into busy towns. Wooden homes, blacksmith shops, churches, schools, and general stores began appearing across the open plains. Life was difficult, but every new settlement brought hope for a better future. At the same time, the cowboy became one of the most recognizable symbols of the American West. Cowboys spent long days on horseback, driving massive herds of cattle across hundreds of miles. They faced dangerous storms, wild animals, freezing nights, and endless dust, yet their courage and determination became part of American history. The discovery of gold in California during 1848 changed everything. News of hidden riches spread around the world, and hundreds of thousands of people rushed west hoping to become wealthy overnight. Mining camps appeared almost instantly, transforming quiet valleys into crowded boomtowns filled with opportunity, excitement, and fierce competition. Meanwhile, the construction of the Transcontinental Railroad connected the eastern and western United States like never before. What once took months to travel could now be completed in just days, forever changing the future of America. As the railroad expanded across the American West, isolated frontier towns became connected to the rest of the country. Goods, mail, and people traveled faster than ever before. Small settlements grew into busy communities, and the economy of the West began to flourish. However, this period of rapid expansion also brought major changes for Native American tribes. For generations, they had lived across these lands, hunting buffalo and preserving traditions that stretched back thousands of years. As more settlers arrived, conflicts over land and resources increased, forever changing life across the Great Plains. By the late 1800s, the open frontier slowly began to disappear. New railroads, telegraph lines, and expanding cities replaced much of the untamed wilderness. The era of stagecoaches and long cattle drives gradually came to an end, while modern industries and businesses took their place. Although the Wild West lasted only a few decades, its stories of courage, adventure, determination, and survival became legendary. The images of cowboys, pioneers, frontier towns, and vast open landscapes continue to represent one of the most fascinating chapters in American history. As the 20th century began, the Wild West entered a new chapter. Dusty frontier towns slowly transformed into modern cities, while railroads were joined by paved highways, automobiles, and airports. Places that were once isolated settlements became thriving centers of business, tourism, and innovation. The traditions of the Old West, however, never completely disappeared. Across states like Texas, Arizona, Wyoming, and Montana, cattle ranches still operate today. Modern ranchers continue to raise livestock, combining generations of cowboy experience with advanced machinery, GPS technology, drones, and helicopters. Many historic towns have also been carefully preserved. Visitors from around the world can walk along wooden sidewalks, visit old saloons, ride vintage steam trains, and experience museums that bring the frontier era back to life. Rodeo competitions continue to celebrate the skills that once helped cowboys survive on the open range. Today, the American West is a unique blend of history and progress. Modern highways cross the same deserts where pioneers once traveled in covered wagons, reminding us how dramatically this land has changed over the past 2 centuries. The Wild West may have faded into history, but its legacy can still be seen across America today. The spirit of adventure, independence, and determination that defined the frontier continues to influence American culture. From Hollywood Western movies to country music and rodeo events, the image of the cowboy remains one of the nation's most recognizable symbols. Millions of visitors travel each year to explore places like Monument Valley, Tombstone, Dodge City, Yellowstone National Park, and Route 66. These historic locations allow people to experience the landscapes where pioneers, cowboys, Native American tribes, and settlers once shaped the future of the American West. Looking back, the transformation is truly remarkable. What was once a land of wagon trails, frontier forts, and isolated settlements has become a region filled with modern cities, advanced technology, world-famous national parks, and thriving communities. Yet despite all these changes, the history of the Wild West continues to live on, reminding us of the courage, sacrifice, and resilience that helped build modern America. The Wild West may be gone, but its incredible legacy continues to shape America even today. From dusty frontier towns to modern cities, this journey reminds us how history can transform an entire nation. If you enjoyed this documentary and want to explore more fascinating stories from history, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to Gunovate, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our next adventure. Every week, we bring you amazing then versus today documentaries, ancient mysteries, lost civilizations, and the untold stories that changed the world. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next documentary. Until then, keep exploring history with Gunovate.